If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, but let's get right to it. I just finished watching The Mandalorian Chapter 5, and I have to say that it was total fan service, which was a good thing. I really enjoyed all this. First of all, Dave Filoni directed this episode. I think he's about my age, so I could see some of the things that he was throwing in there. First of all, I'm going to spoil a lot of stuff, so if you don't want to watch this, don't watch this. But right off the bat, the razor's flying. It's being pursued by another bounty hunter, and he pulls the Top Gun maneuver from the movie Top Gun. I'm going to slam on the brakes, and he'll fly right by. And he did. So that was a huge throwback to Top Gun. Look, we grew up with the 80s, okay? The 70s and the 80s, late 70s, early 80s. Dave Filoni, this was all Top Gun. So that was really cool. Hit the brakes, fly right by. So now we go to the classic planet of Tatooine, which was awesome. I really thought it was cool. As the Mandalorian lands his ship, well, right off the bat, he's like, "Oh, I'm going to." The Mos Eisley Tower starts talking to him for his landing coordinates, of which docking bay is going to go into. Really cool throwback stuff. And then you've got. I love how they're taking a lot of little nuances from the prequels and throwing them into this, even though this takes place 5 years after Return of the Jedi. You had the Three Stooges. Mechanic droids from, I think they were in the Phantom Menace, working on a pod during the pod races and stuff. So you had these guys introduce the introduction of new characters like the female mechanic who worked at the particular docking bay. And then the Mandalorian goes to the classic cantina. It must be the only place to have a drink in Mos Eisley. And not only does he walk in and they've recreated everything absolutely beautifully, but, he runs into this other bounty hunter that's sitting in the same booth that Han Solo fried Greedo. So, right off the bat, it's like nod after nod after nod. You had dewbacks in this. You had Tusken Raiders in this. They talked about, there was a scene where the Mandalorian asked this one bounty hunter to go find him some speeders. He brings back 2 speeders, and one of them looks like the one that Anakin had in Attack of the Clones when he flew off to go kill the Tusken Raiders. And then they made the comment that, well, this is all you could get. And he's like, well, they're Corellian. So once again, we bringing in some more of the Outer Rim planets. And then, when they dispose of the bounty hunter body at the end, there's that, tell the droids, go dump them. I don't know, go dump them into Beggar's Canyon. It's just like, it's just throwing back to 1977, Star Wars: A New Hope. I enjoyed this episode. Again, it was directed by Dave Filoni, but I will say one thing. It's what I said in the last thing. We're on episode 5, chapter 5, and I think there's only 8 or 9 episodes. They're spending $15 million a pop on this. This episode was short. It was 30 minutes long. A little disappointed on the runtime, I have to say. And it's not moving the story fast enough when it comes to the clone Yoda. Okay? We got more of the cute stuff and everything, and that's fine, and we love it, and everyone's going, ape shit over clone Yoda, but it's not driving the story fast enough. And with only a few episodes left, if they continue with these 30-minute runtimes, what's going to happen is we're going to have a season finale that's going to be a complete cliffhanger and doesn't explain anything, and we have to wait till 2021. We won't have any more Mandalorian episodes for the entire year of 2020 until the new season comes back. And they better not disappoint some fans. We still haven't seen a lot of stuff that's been in the previews and the montages of the show, specifically, the Death Troopers. And so there's a lot of things, and they even reference the Hutts in this. I don't know if that's going to play into it. But at the end of the episode, he flew off Tatooine. So maybe this is the only cameo Tatooine makes in the run of the first season. I will say, look, I am loving every minute of these shows, but at 15 million an episode, and some of these episodes are 30 minutes long instead of like an hour or 45 minutes or anything close to like what Netflix is doing, 48 minutes, 46 minutes, 52 minutes. It's just, I get that it's not coming. And I get that like they use the Real Engine to show all the landscapes and to wrap the sets around the actors as they actually do stuff. I will say that I think that's the most expensive part of this series is the Real Engine computer graphics that are in real time as they walk through like fake cantinas when there's no cantina there and the walls are appearing and in real time in the computers as they're filming. That's where the money's being spent. But like, we really need to get this story going, or we can all expect to kind of have a Game of Thrones season 8 kind of feeling towards the end of this if they don't get the story progressing forward, especially with the clone Yoda. The Real Engine stuff is great. I notice when the camera actually moves with a target or with an actor, if you look up at the corners of the screen, it kind of concaves and gets a little rounded. And that's probably because the computer is patching together the world as it goes on. The Real Engine stuff looks absolutely pristine when the characters are fixed and standing in one position or having dialogue, and you can't tell the wrap, the CGI wraparound. But yeah, when the camera is pushing, as the Mandalorian's walking through the alleyways of Tatooine, you see this concaving in the corners. And hopefully that's something they can fix going forward in the future. I'm sure it's something that's on their list. Again, I love this show. It's giving the fans exactly what they wanted, which wasn't given to us with The Last Jedi, or wasn't given to us with all of the Disney Star Wars except for Rogue One. Rogue One gave us exactly what we wanted. The rest of them, not so much. But Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, everybody that's involved in this series, they're giving us a fresh story, but they're giving us fan service, which is what you have to do to keep Star Wars fans happy. I enjoyed this episode. I look forward to the rest of them. There's only a few left, and I hope that we get some more story and explanation with Clone Yoda. And that's it. So what did you guys think? Did you like Chapter 5? Let's talk about it in the comments section. Please be sure to share this video on social media and like it. And let's banter in the comments section. And we'll see you on the next one.